there, KHOU meteorologist Kim Castro here. Happy Saturday. Let's get you ready for what is going to be a hot one. Are you doing last minute Mother's Day shopping? Gear up for it. Bring a nice water canteen. You are going to need it. Temperatures this afternoon climbing up to 95 degrees. Not only hot, but also humid. Both of those coupled together does have us under a heat advisory. Normal temperature for this time of year, we should only be climbing up to 85 degrees, so another 10 degrees warmer than that. Rain chance at a 0, no storms on the horizon, but with all that moisture out there, you could feel a little sprinkle as you're out and about. Wind is going to be out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Let's talk about that heat advisory. Temperatures are going to push into the mid-90s like we talked about, but it's actually going to feel like the triple digits for most spots. A couple areas could feel as hot as 105 degrees. Now, typically, we have a heat advisory once we see temperatures that feel like they climb up to 108 degrees. That is normal heat advisory criteria, but because we're getting this warm this early on in the season, the National Weather Service is erring on the side of caution. So they are issuing that advisory from noon until 7 o'clock tonight, not only because it's going to feel so hot, but because temperatures are going to be flirting with records. If we make it up to 95 degrees today, that will beat the previous record of 94 set back in 1998. Tomorrow's high will come very close to the previous record too, and we really push repeat on that pattern for the next few days. So what do you need to know for this weekend? Drink plenty of water like we talked about, and that is during, before, and after your activities, and limit your outdoor activities for today. Certainly, if you must be outside, remember to take breaks. Go to the shade and get some relief from that harsh sunlight. We're under a clear sky today, so you'll certainly feel that beating sun on you. Also try to go inside. That's the best way to cool off your body quickly under an air-conditioned space. Remember, young children and the elderly at most at risk, and sometimes they can't voice that they're feeling too hot, so just make sure that you are checking in on them. Let's talk about the humidity with that heat. 40 or less for the dew points, that's dry. 50s, that's comfortable. 60s, getting sticky. 70s, that's that summer feel. It's a free sauna, and that is what we're going to be experiencing today. Those dew points will be hovering around the low 70s this morning, this afternoon, and we're not getting much relief at night either. In fact, those feels like temperatures pushing, like I mentioned, all the way up to feels like 105 degrees in some spots. Bush, you're going to feel like you're at 103 at 4:30. Pasadena feeling like 100. Tomball feeling like 102. That's a snapshot at 8 o'clock. It still feels like 90 degrees at Bush. It still feels like 91 in Tomball, Brenham, Columbus. You feel like you're at 89 degrees. 92 is what it feels like at College Station. 91 in Brenham. It's a hot weekend through and through. Mother's Day forecast looks like this. 95 degrees, feels like 100, and that southerly breeze pumping in more and more moisture, ramping up. We'll have a breeze at 10 to 20 miles an hour. What is going on? Why are we so hot? Why are we so humid? It all comes down to the jet stream. This is a view at 34,000 feet. You can see this pattern here snaking with a big ridge over us. And in fact, this is what's known as an omega block. It looks like that Greek letter omega when we are sandwiched between two low pressure areas and have a big, strong, high pressure system in between. It all has to do with the motion of the air that's above us. You'll notice that low in a counterclockwise flow scoops up moisture, leads to condensation, clouds, and rain. Same deal happens to our east with that low pressure area. For us, high pressure clockwise rotation, instead of scooping the air up, it pushes the air down. That leads to compressional heating. That air has a long distance to travel to the ground, and as it does that, it heats up. Not only that, that clockwise flow also scoops up moisture from the Gulf, and that's what leads to the added humidity. So the downward motion of the air leads to the heat. The scooping up of the Gulf moisture leads to the humidity. Both of those together have us under above average conditions, not only this weekend, but for the next 6 to 10 days. So get ready, folks. This is a long stretch of heat and humidity Mother's Day, you might want to give your mom a spa day or some activity where they could be inside and escape the heat. Sunshine and dry conditions take us through this coming work week. Looking ahead, the next rain chance, and it's a small one as of now, doesn't come in until the following weekend. We'll be tracking that very closely. We'll see you live here on air for our newscast. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend.